Hey guys, what's up? perrydew07 here, and welcome to my newest episode of this week in this week in Perrydew Sports Realm, and then for this episode, I'm gonna do some and um a little different for this series, just for this week, because some of the different stuff going on between the playoffs and also the racing stuff. Here's what I'm gonna split. I'm gonna split into two separate editions of this week because obviously I'm gonna. However, for this video, I'm just gonna focus on the racing part because it just happened this past Sunday. Um, which was supposedly the greatest day the greatest day of motorsports turnout, which sort of ended in some kind of a whimper. So, anyways, now tomorrow I'll do a video just for NBA/NHL stuff. So here we go. Okay, all right, here we go. First off, on to the Monaco Grand Prix F1 race, and after like a couple years of trying, seems like this time the third time happens to be the charm for Charles Leclerc by winning the pole for the Monaco Grand Prix, and then finally managed to win a race. First, most congratulations to Leclerc, and then I think it was well deserved. He drove a near perfect race. Yep. Finishing second, Oscar Piastri. Finishing third, Carlos Sainz. Finishing fourth, Lando Norris, and finishing fifth is George Russell. So, and then Max Verstappen, of course, finishing sixth. So, however, that race though sort of more, of course, by the whole lap one on the initial start of the race involving Checo Sergio Perez make contact with Kevin Magnussen, and of course taking out the other Haas driver Nico Hulkenberg. And Carlos Sainz though had a little issue too, even though yes he managed to get third. That's because Joe Guan Yu. That's because Joe Guan Yu didn't make it past. That's because he did not make it past through the first sector when the red flag came out. But that's what allowed Sainz to regain the third place. So, and then of course later on that first lap, you have the Alpine teammates, Pierre Gasly and Esteban Ocon. They had a little what by the Pierre mode, Portier actually, and then and boom, right there, they two make contact, and then of course you have the team principal there who was not very happy with Esteban, so he was kind of mad that he's now he's saying Ocon could potentially be benched for the next race at the Canadian Grand Prix race. So, honestly, I really don't know what's going on in Alpine, but boy, I tell you, some things are just not looking good there right now. So, that's a sign that that is not a well-ran organization. So I'm just gonna leave it at that. Now on to the Indy 500. Now, of course, the race ended up starting like 4 hours late, and as a result of that, Kyle Larson had to miss the Coke 600 because he ended up racing the Indy 500. And Larson, in my opinion, did well, even though obviously the finish result was not quite ideal. That's because he had a speeding penalty early and ended up getting a lap down, but he managed to get back on the lead lap somehow. So, and he only finished 18th. Joseph Newgarden takes on the win after passing Pato O'Ward on the last lap, it was a great race. Yep. And then lastly, the Coke 600, Christopher Bell ends up winning with Brett Keselowski second, William Byron third, Tyrek fourth, and Denny Hamlin running at the top five. Even though it sort of ended with a whimper because it rained, Kyle Larson actually did show up to Charlotte. However, he did not get a chance to turn a lap at Charlotte. So, therefore speaking, he did not get a chance to turn. So, now I heard some chatter this week. Larson might not get the playoff waiver, which to me it makes absolutely no sense because now even though yes, the rule clearly states you must attend. Now, of course, you have to show up every week Otherwise, unless they're otherwise, unless all, unless it was authorized by NASCAR. So therefore me now they only grant waivers if they had some kind of a health issue or injury. Yeah, yeah, you kind of name it. But this is a little different. But because of Indy 500 is a very prestigious race, in my opinion, I think NASCAR should grant him a waiver. It's because look. Say what you want, Coke 600. Look, Coke 600 is a big race. However, but but let's be real. Let's be honest. Indy 500 is far more prestigious. So so that's just my opinion. And if Larson ends up somehow not getting that playoff waiver, imagine the outrage that's going to come. Imagine how much of a backlash NASCAR is going to end up getting. So that's just my honest opinion about it. I want to hear about yours. So anyway, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for watching, and see you tomorrow night as I make videos about the NBA and NHL playoffs. See what's going on. Other than the Boston Celtics made it to the Eastern, swept the Indiana Pacers, which is why they're now in the NBA Finals. The question is, who's going to be playing them? Whether it be the Minnesota Timberwolves or the Dallas Mavericks. So, anyway, y'all, take care. Adios. God bless.